Two men, who knew each other, were traveling together on a road one summer. One had 3 loaves of bread in his bag, and the other had 2 loaves. After a while, being hungry, they stopped under the shade of a leafy willow tree, near a well with a spout. Each took out the bread he had, and they began to eat together, to have more appetite for food. Just when they took the bread out of their bags, behold, a third traveler, unknown to them, caught up with them and stopped near them, greeting them. Then he asks them to give him something to eat, because he is very hungry and has no food with him, nor anywhere to buy it. "Welcome, good man, to feast with us," said the 2 travelers to the stranger. "For the Lord's mercy, where 2 eat, a third can also eat." The stranger, hungry as he was, not waiting for much invitation, sat down next to the 2, and they all began to eat dry bread and drink cold water from the well, for they had no other drink. And they all ate together, and ate until they finished eating all 5 loaves, as if they had never eaten before. After they had finished eating, the stranger took $5 out of his pocket and gave them, by chance, to the one who had 3 loaves, saying, "Please accept, good people, this small token of my gratitude from me, for you have given me food in need. You will drink a glass of wine later, or you will do with the money what you want. I am not worthy to thank you for the good you have done me, for I could not see the world before my eyes because I was so hungry." The 2 did not really want to accept, but, after much insistence on the part of the third, they accepted. After a while, the stranger said goodbye to the 2, and then went on his way. The others remained for a while under the willow tree, in the shade, to rest their food. And, from word to word, the one who had 3 loaves gave $2 to the one with 2 loaves, saying, "Here, brother, your share, and do what you want with it. You had 2 whole loaves, $2 are due to you. And I keep $3, because I had 3 whole loaves, and just as big as yours, as you know." "How so?" said the other with contempt. "Why only $2, and not 2.5, the right share that each of us is entitled to? The man could have given us nothing, and then what would have happened?" "How would it have been left?" said the one with 3 loaves. "Then I would have had alms for my share of 3 loaves, and you of 2, and good riddance. Now, however, we have eaten for free, and we have the money for the bread in our pocket with a surplus. I $3 and you $2, each according to the number of loaves we had. I don't think there can be a fairer division than this even with God." "No, friend," says the one with 2 loaves. "I don't think you've done me right. Let's go to court, and as the court says, so it shall be." "Let's go to court," said the other, "if you're not satisfied. I think the court will find me right, even though I haven't dragged myself through the courts since I was born." And so they set off on their way, determined to go to court. And when they arrived at a place where there was a courthouse, they appeared before the judge and began to tell the story from the beginning, each in turn, how it happened that they traveled together, how they sat at the table together, how many loaves each had, how the stranger ate at their table, equally with them, how he gave them $5 as thanks, and how the one with 3 loaves saw fit to divide them. The judge, after listening to them both attentively, said to the one with 2 loaves, "And you are not satisfied with the division that was made, man?" "No, Sir Judge," said the dissatisfied one. "We did not intend to take payment from the stranger for the food we gave him. But, if it has happened so, then we must divide what our guest has given us right in 2. That's what I think would be fair when it comes to justice." "If it's a matter of justice," said the judge, "then do well to return $1 to the other, who you say had 3 loaves." "That's what I'm really surprised about, Sir Judge," said the dissatisfied one boldly. "I came before the court to get justice, and I see that you, who know the laws, judge me worse. If such is to be the judgment before God, then woe to the world." "This is how it seems to you," said the judge calmly. "But let's see that it is not so. Did you have 2 loaves?" "Yes, Mr. Judge, I had 2. "Did your comrade have 3 loaves?" "Yes, Mr. Judge, he had 3. "Did any of you have anything for a drink?" "Nothing, Mr. Judge, only plain bread and cold water from the well. Blessings on whoever built it there, in the way of travelers." Just now? It seems you told me yourself, said the judge, that you all ate equally. Is that so? That's so, Mr. Judge. Now let us establish the following order, so that it can be known definitively who ate how much bread. Let's say each loaf was cut into 3 equally sized pieces. How many pieces would you have had, you who say you had 2 loaves? I would have had 6 pieces, Mr. Judge. But your comrade, who you say had 3 loaves? He would have had 9 pieces, Mr. Judge. Now, how many do 6 pieces and 9 pieces make altogether? 15 pieces, Mr. Judge. How many people ate these 15 pieces of bread? 3 people, Mr. Judge. Good. How many pieces does each person get? 5 pieces each, Mr. Judge. Now, do you remember how many pieces you would have had? 6 pieces, Mr. Judge. But how many did you eat? 5 pieces, Mr. Judge. And how many did you have left over? Only 1 piece, Mr. Judge. Now let's stop here, as far as you are concerned, and take the other one in turn. Do you remember how many pieces of bread your comrade would have had? 9 pieces, Mr. Judge. And how much did he eat? 5 pieces, just like me, Mr. Judge. But how many did he have left over? 4 pieces, Mr. Judge. Good! Look, now we'll understand each other as well as possible. That is to say, you had only 1 piece left over, and your comrade 4 pieces. Now 1 piece of bread left over from you and 4 pieces from the other. Do they make 5 pieces together? Exactly 5, Mr. Judge. Is it true that these pieces of bread were eaten by your guest, who you say gave you $5 in thanks? That's true, Mr. Judge. Therefore, you are entitled to only $1, because you only had 1 piece of bread left over, to all intents and purposes, as if you had it for sale, since you received money from your guest. And your comrade is entitled to $4, because he had 4 pieces of bread left over. Now then, do well and return $1 to your comrade. And if you feel wronged, go even to God, and see if he would give you a more righteous judgment than this. The one with 2 loaves, seeing that he had no alternative, reluctantly returned $1 to his comrade and left, ashamed. The one with the 3 loaves, however, astonished by such judgment, thanked the judge, and then left, saying in wonder, "If everywhere there were only judges like this who do not favor those who are wrong, those who have no right would never long for judgment in this life. The shysters, also called lawyers, no longer being able to live only from lies, would either have to get to work or spend their whole lives trying to outsmart the devil, and good society would remain unruffled.